week good to go? Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming on such short notice. I know we're all very busy over this period, but none so busy as me. Clearly. Before I get into proceedings, can I please just take a moment to acknowledge our sponsors. Man Cave, world's best drinking games. 20 Scottish Melodies, Gordon Frank singers and music with Ricky Henderson. And of course, Nova 937, turn up the feel good. I've just come from an emergency meeting held between one Luke Stefanoni, one Ben Meredith and myself, of which a decision on where we will be spending New Year's Eve has been made. No doubt a topic of very little, if any, significance to those of you watching along at home. Pros and cons for both travelling down to the Great Southwest and staying up in the Perth Greater Metropolitan Area were had. We debated these vigorously and at length on a FaceTime video call that was absolutely not, and I cannot stress this enough, derailed by various funny filters that made us look like lions, elephants, astronauts, and even clowns. I can't stress that enough. These filters did not distract from the conversation that we were having. We have made the decision to stay in Perth, possibly dooming ourselves to yet another New Year's Eve filled with mediocrity and disappointment. The decision was not made lightly, and some key contributing factors have included Tim O'Hara promising us the greatest day in Perth. He's been carefully planning this one for months. Not only a great time has been guaranteed by Tim, but he's also made us a guarantee of a 6-pack of Sol beers and potentially a large novelty check. I think you can all agree this is an offer that some would say is too good to be true, and I tend to agree. The down south car trip was also a factor in our decision making. We currently find ourselves in an environmental global warming crisis. We felt it would be irresponsible to burn off the fossil fuels needed to get us down south and back up again. This is a very, very selfish and serious thing that a person can do just for the sake of partying. And for anyone who hasn't had the self-awareness to forego the car trip and save Mother Earth, shame on you. Lastly, not having a ticket to the bungalow event was the final nail in the coffin. To be a stone's throw away from what will undoubtedly be the greatest event of our generation, but to not be allowed entry would just be heartbreaking. But we will find solace in knowing that our great friends will be having the time of their lives. It was discussed too that we potentially could gain entry through some luck, some fortune, if there were spare tickets to come up. However, we eventually decided that this would all be in vain, for Eddie and Harry will already be hooking up with all of the hot chicks, quicker than you can say 20 Scottish Melodies. To Charlie Stapleton, we thank you tremendously for the offer to stay at your house in Dunsborough. You and your family's generosity through this tough period is nothing short of remarkable. And we wish you and your family nothing but the best over these coming days and into the new year. To my other brothers in Dunsborough, we hope you have a great time down south. Please remember though, to be responsible over this period, as you've just come from Perth's great hotspot. So I trust you will all be practicing social distancing and wearing masks. To my brothers in Perth, see you at the social club. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.